Say we back. Hold on. All right, yeah, we back on YouTube, y'all. Sorry for that. Every time we try to put this word out, like we having issues. I don't know what's up with that. You know. Anyway, all praise to. All right, the next place we going. The next place we going to Job the two. Job the two. Job the two. And we're gonna pick it up at verse 1. Just gonna read, we ain't gonna read the whole thing of Job. It's a very familiar script, but I just want to touch on this real quick. Job the two. Job the two. We're gonna read verses 1 through 3. We're gonna read verses 1 through 3, and then we're gonna skip down and read 7 through 10. Job the two, verses 1 through 3, and I read. Again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before Yahweh. And Satan or Hashatan came also among them to present himself before Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Elohim and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. He holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. See, here's the thing. Let me ask y'all a question. See, can the Most High vouch for you? Can the Most High stand there and say, hey, my servant T Boogie, he ain't gonna bend, he ain't gonna break. Can he say, bro Ward, that's a strong brother. See, here's the thing. When we read this story that gets missed so oftentimes, I love to point it out. Can the Most High vouch for you? What have you done? What have you showed him through the good and the bad that would allow him to vouch for you? And understand the seriousness and the levity of that. The Most High knew this brother was not going to bend and break no matter what happened to him. Though the fig tree, you hear me, don't blossom. Though the vine yield not its fruit. Though there be no calves in the stall, nor the flock yielding meat. Will you still stand and find joy and maintain your integrity in the struggle? See, these are questions we have to ask ourselves. See, when the bank account low, when mama didn't got you, and daddy didn't got you, husband didn't got you, wife didn't got you, you gonna stand 10 toes down for Most High, for the Most High and for his kingdom? You gonna stand 10 toes down with this gospel when everybody run off and leave? Are you gonna stand 10 toes down? And not only are you gonna stand 10 toes down, are you gonna maintain your integrity? Are you gonna still be joyous for suffering for the kingdom? See, these are things we so oftentimes forget. These are things that we so oftentimes don't give heed to when we going through our so-called little pity pat struggles. Continue. Skipping down to verse 7. We're going to read 7 through 10. And thank you all about y'all for posting those scriptures. Job the 2, 7 through 10, and I read. So when Satan fall from the presence of Yah and smote Job with sore boils from the soles of his foot until his crown. And he took him a potsherd and scraped himself withal and sat down among the ashes. Now, here comes Satan going to use his wife, because what his wife finna say to him was the same thing that Satan told Yah that Job was going to do. So you know the spirit that's working through her, where it's coming from, because she said the same thing that Satan said he was going to make Job do. So he used the closest person to Job to slide up on him. So that's a lot of times you got to, even with your spouse, you got to check the spirit they in. Especially when they saying something that's contrary to the scriptures. Now look at what she said. She said, verse 9, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse Yah and die. Did you hear that? Ain't that what Satan said he was gonna make Job do? Curse God. But the book says Job maintained his integrity. Look at what Job told him. He said, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaking. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yah? And shall we not receive evil? All this, Job did not Job sin with his lips. And see, that's that murmuring and mama mouth. When we go on through our tests, when we go on through our trial, that mama mouthing, man. See, that'll get you in trouble with the Most High too. Because he said, hey, man, he got to test you to see if you read. Don't your job give you a probationary period? If you don't make it within 90 days, they let you go. The Most High going to test you down through this thing, man, to see if you're going to stay true, see if you're going to stay real. Because, hey, I'm going to tell you like this right here. There's a whole lot of jokers said they were 10 toes down and said they going to hang with you. Hey, they've been found out to be liars. They've been found out to be backbiters. They've been found out to be not in the ways of the Most High Yah. So you're going to run into that, brothers and sisters. You're going to run into this thing all the time. But you got to remain joyful. You got to find joy in this struggle. It's a lonely walk. It's a lonely walk, but you got to be, that's when you know you in good company. Yeshua went through. You hear me? All the prophets went through. And we're going to read a little bit about that tonight. You in good company. Because it tell you over there in 2nd Ed, I believe it's a chapter 8. He said, the world that is now was made for many, but the world to come, but for a few. So you in good company. You need to be jumping up and down. Because we're going to read over that wrong. It's the hope that we hoping for. What hope? The hope of everlasting salvation. Continue. Flip back to Job the 1. No, we kind of doing this in reverse, but I like to do that every now and again. Job the 1, we're going to pick it up at the 22, because, boy, every time I read this right here, every time I read these words right here, I'm about to read from Job, it sends chills up and down my spine. Because this brother, man, lost kids, lost money, lost houses, lost servants. He lost everything. And, man, these words this brother, we finna read this brother said, man, every time I read it, it sends chills up and down my spine. Look at what Job said in the 1. We get Job the 1, and we're going to read 21 and 22. Look at what Job said. Job said, naked I came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. Yahweh gave, and Yahweh hath taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh. And all this, Job seeing not, nor charge God foolishly. This brother ain't got everything material-wise and family-wise, with the exception of his wife, stripped away from him. And this brother said, man, I came in this world naked, and I'm going to leave the same way I came. He said, blessed be the name of Yahweh. That's a strong brother right there. That right there takes intestinal fortitude to the 10th power. to trust the Almighty. He said, man, the Most High gave it to me. It's his to take back. And he said, Job saying not with his lips. Now I'm going to ask the question again. Can the Most High vouch for you? Huh? We have to ask ourselves that, Zion. Let's go to the next place. Go to the new book. Let's go to Philemon or Philemon. It's over in the new book right after Titus. Very, very few people read this book of the Bible. I know I do, but hey, it's something very apropos in this book. We want to read Philemon or Philemon, however you want to pronounce it. I ain't never mastered the King's English. Very rude in speech. It ain't but one chapter. We're going to be in chapter 1. And we're going to read verses 4 through 7. This is Paul writing to this brother and telling this brother how much he admires him and how much he's seeing his walk and how much he loves that he continuing in the faith. Paul also said something else. Paul also said he was praying for this brother. And see, that's a whole lot of stuff that we need to be focused on. We need to be praying for one another all the time. We need to be praying for our brothers and sisters. See, a lot of times we always, we pray for our family and this, that, and we even pray for the assembly that we find ourselves in. But we need to be praying for all of Israel. We need to be praying for all the brothers and sisters, the ox and the coatees that stand 10 toes down in this walk. Because see, here's the thing we gotta understand. We don't always know what they're going through, and people ain't gonna always tell you. But you can best believe if you Israel, you either in a storm, coming out of a storm, make no mistake about it, or you headed for one. At all times in this walk, you either in a storm, coming out of a storm, or don't make no mistake about it, you coming to one, you headed for one. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the mindset that I always try to keep myself in, because in this walk that we on, this Israelite walk that we on, you hear me? Hey, man, it ain't nothing to play with. It ain't nothing nice. Like I said, folk gonna fall off. Family gonna fall off. Bank account gonna be challenged. You hear me? Spouse ain't gonna always get you. Friends ain't gonna always understand. So the storm's coming. You might well get glad and be joyous in that. They let you know you on the right path. All praise to the Most High. Philemon, chapter 1 and verse. We're gonna read verses 4 through 7, y'all. Philemon, 1 and verse 4. He said, I thank my power, making mention of thee always in my prayer, hearing of thy love and faith, which thou hast toward our master Yeshua, and toward all saints, that the communication of thy faith may become effectual by the acknowledging of every good thing which is in you in Hamashiach Yeshua. For we have great joy and consolation. We have great joy and consolation in thy love, because the bowels or the depths of the saints are refreshed by thee, brother. See, this brother putting in major work, and this brother's praying, and this brother's doing the work, and he said, hey, man, even the bowels of the saints, the depths of his love, the saints, man, hey, man, they got great joy in there. And see, you never know when other people can draw from your strength. See, other people can draw from the things and the places that you've been, the situation you have found yourself in, and you share that, and man, people can draw from that. They can draw strength from that. They can draw joy from that. They can draw contentment from that. They're like, hey, this ain't brand new. Other brothers and sisters have been through this. You understand? We have to understand that people are watching our walk. And to you elders out there, I'm talking to you brothers as well as you elder sisters, you emails out there. These young brothers and sisters that's coming up in this walk, that's new to this walk, they watching y'all. And if you cracking being every time something happens, what you showing them? What you teach? See, you teach more by what you do than what you say. Your lifestyle speaks volumes for you in your walk. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to understand, like this brother, he said, hey, man, pause, man. Hey, the other saints are drawing strength from you, bro. So we praying for you. You understand what I'm saying? That's right, straight up to y'all. So, hey, man, let's be praying for one another. Because we don't always understand what people, we see people react in certain ways, but we need to be praying for one another. Just as Yeshua, he told Peter, hey, man, Satan desired to sift you like wheat. He said, but I pray that your strength fail you not. So we need to be in that mindset at all times. Let's go to the next place. Let's go back to Romans. Flip back a little bit. Let's go to Romans the 5. You hear me? Romans the 5. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 1. And we're going to read verses 1 through 5. Romans the 5. And we're going to read 1 through 5. And I read. Therefore, being justified by faith. See, that's what justifies you. Your faith in Yeshua HaMashiach and his works. And your walking in the commandments is what justifies you. He said, therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with Yah through our Master Yeshua HaMashiach, by whom also we have access by faith to the grace wherein we stand and rejoice in hope. Now, did you catch that? Rejoice in hope. Because, hey, you got to hold on to the end and get this thing. You ain't just going to run up in there and get it. You ain't going to just call yourself a Hebrew and change your name and get it. Hey, he said, and we rejoice in hope of the glory of Yah. And not only so, we glory in tribulations also. See, look what Paul said, we have to glory while we in our tribulation. Matter of fact, we glory for the tribulation because we know that we going through this for righteousness' sake. He said, we glory in tribulations. While we in the tribulation, we still giving God or the Yahweh all praise, honor, and glory. He said, we glory in tribulations also, knowing that the tribulation work in patience. Did we read over in that Baruch? To wait patiently, suffer patiently. We read that. He said, knowing that tribulation work in patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. See, your experiences that we go through, okay, I'm going to put it to you like this here. Your experiences forms and shape your beliefs. Your beliefs lead to your actions. Therefore, your actions going to give you a desired result. I'm going to say that one more time. See, your experiences, lead you to your beliefs, which then affects your actions or moves you into action to give you the desired result. So you have to have the patience to have the experience, and the experience gives you hope. Verse 5, and hope make it not ashamed, because the love of Yah is shed abroad in our hearts or our minds by the Ruach HaKodesh of the Holy Ghost, which is given unto us. Did you catch that, brothers and sisters? Does that make sense? Somebody put up a 7 in a room if that makes sense to you. Continue. Let's go back to the Apocrypha. The wisdom of Solomon. Back to the Apocrypha. We're going to go to the wisdom of Solomon, the 1. All right. Wisdom of Solomon. Make sure I keep this like that. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon. It's chapter the 1. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up at verse 7. And we touched on this a little earlier. And one thing we got to learn how to do it. And if you find joy in the struggle, you won't do this. If you find joy in the tribulation or the experience, you won't do what we're about to read. You won't be murmuring. You won't be murmuring. You won't be, woe is me. This always happens every time I turn around. Hey, man, all praises to the Most High Yah. That's what we need to be saying. And instead of, they always talking about me. Man, bump all that. If they talking about it, you must be doing something right. Now, if you ain't, you need to get in line and do. Huh? Wisdom of Solomon, the 1. And we're going to read verses 7 through 11. Wisdom of Solomon, the 1. Verses 7 through 11, and I read. For the spirit of Yah filleth the word, and that which containeth all things hath knowledge of the voice. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be he. Neither shall vengeance, when it punishes, passes by him. So just like we read about that Job would have did what his wife said, the Most High would have heard him. And when it was time for the punishment, it wasn't going to pass by him. But Job, he kept his integrity. His experience led him to be patient. And his patience is going to lead him to that hope and glory when Yahweh shall raise him up in the last day. Continue. Verse 9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto Yahweh for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. For the ear of jealousy, and who is the ear of jealousy? That is the Most High. He said, for I am a jealous power. It says, the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not he. Therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. That's another thing. All that side talking and backbiting your brothers and sisters. The Most High hear you. He hear you. He hear your complaining. He hear your murmuring. He hear all that. See, that's why I told you, we need to be careful of our speech and not be so sloppy with our tongue. You know, and see, that's a thing that I have to watch, because my patience thing, especially with foolishness, you know what I'm saying? With foolishness, I really ain't got no patience. That's why I'm praying the Most High continue to work with me, because I will snap off quick on foolishness. But sometimes people just don't know, man. They just don't know. And see, I'm always trying to try to right the wrong when I need to, sit back and take and let things, work themselves out sometimes. But I'm always trying to jump in, and then I get frustrated and angry, and that's where that murmuring come in. But it said, verse 11 again, it said, therefore be aware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught. Because the scripture tell you, by your words shall you be justified, and by your words shall you be condemned. It says, that shall go for naught. And the mouth that belied slayed the soul. You hear me? So We have to be careful, brothers and sisters, of this right here. See, that little thing up under your nose gonna get you in trouble. That little thing up under your nose keep us in trouble. And he wrote in the new book, said, man, hey, that tongue is hard to change. That tongue hard to change. But when you're going through your struggles or whatever the Most High got situation he got you in, don't complain. Don't murmur. Just go through it like a good soldier and keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? Just keep it moving all the way to the king. Don't take that little situation the Most High got you under and keep it moving. Don't complain, don't murmur. Let's go to Proverbs 20. Excuse me, y'all. Proverbs 20. Proverbs 20. We're going to read one verse. Proverbs 20. We're going to read one verse. We're going to read verse 24. Proverbs 20 and 24. I'm in the wrong place. Let me get there. Stop running my mouth. Proverbs 20 and 24, and I read. Man's goings are of Yah. How can a man then understand his own way? See, everything that happens to you, everything you go through, every person that you encounter is not a happenstance. It's not a what they call coincidence. All right, what's up, bro, sir? We try to do this work, man. All praise to the Most High, bro. We try to do this thing, man. But it says man's goings are of Yah. But anything situation you find yourself in, the Most High allowed you to be put in that situation. So if the bank account low, the Most High allowed it. You understand what I'm saying? If your wife acting crazy, the Most High allowed that. You see what Job's wife said. She went all the way off the reservation. Husband acting retarded. Hey, man, find whatever situation you find yourself in. Find joy in the struggle. Find peace in this word. Find comfort in these words. Because your goings are the Most High. Continue. Let's go back to the Apocrypha. Get some more precepts today. Let's go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to Sirach, the 1. Okay, we're going to read one verse there. Sirach, the 1. And we're going to read verse 23. Sirach, the 1. And verse 23, and I read. A patient man will bear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. See, a patient man, just like the thing with Job. Job was patient through all that. And after that, the Most High restored him all that he had and then some. But a patient man, that experience that he's going through is going to lead him to that hope of everlasting salvation. So that's why we have to find joy and be content in whatever situation we find ourselves in, brothers and sisters. This is the reason why. It says, a patient man will bear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. So we got to be patient. We got to be patient in this thing. Let's go to the next place. We getting there. 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. You know what? I want to flip the script. I want to flip the script for a minute. I want to flip the script. We're going to go to the pseudepigrapha. And I want to read y'all some stuff. We're going to go to the pseudepigrapha. We in the pseudepigrapha. You understand what I'm saying? We in volume 2 of the pseudepigrapha. And we're going to read a little bit of the Ascension Isaiah. Then we're going to go over and read about how some of the prophets suffered for the Most High, for the King. Some of the other prophets, I should say. But we're going to read in the pseudepigrapha, y'all. We're going to pick it up in the Ascension, the modern and Ascension of Isaiah. We're going to pick it up in chapter 5. We're going to read the whole thing. I just want to show y'all something. Because if you go back and read the beginning, Isaiah had told Hezekiah about his son Manasseh that was going to kill him. You understand what I'm saying? And when you go over to the Hebrews in the faith chapter 11, it tells you that some was tortured, some was sawn in half, and all that. So we're gonna read a little bit in that chapter 5 and find out who was sawn in half. And then we're gonna read about how some of the other prophets died. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the Most High had already showed Isaiah what was gonna happen to him. And Isaiah still went in there and told the king, and then he still spoke when Hezekiah died, he still spoke against Manasseh and all his crew. And knowing what was gonna happen to him. Now you gonna do that when it's time to stand 10 toes down? The ascension of Isaiah in chapter 5. Listen to what it says. I know everybody ain't got the pseudo, you understand, but I'm gonna read it to you. Hey, you can get this on Amazon. I got volume 1 and 2, Young Lion. My volume 1, I need it back, brother. I got stuff I need out of there when you get through with it. But go on Amazon. Hey, y'all, some good reading in here, I'm telling you. But modern ascension of Isaiah, chapter 5, and I read. Because of these visions, Belial, one of the Satan's chief angels, was angry with Isaiah. And he dwelt in the heart or the mind of Manasseh. And he sawed Isaiah in half with a wood saw. And now listen to this. And while Isaiah was being sawed in half, his accuser Belkirah stood by, and all the false prophets stood by. Same thing happened to Yeshua. Everybody standing by watching while he was being hung on the cross. And all the false prophets stood by, laughing and maliciously joyful because of Isaiah. And Belkirah through Machimabus, that's just another name for Satan, stood before Isaiah laughing and deriding. And Belkirah said unto Isaiah, say, I have lied in everything I have spoken. The ways of Manasseh are good and right, and also the ways of Belkirah and those who are with him are good. So they started to saw this brother in half. You hear me? And he said, hey, man, you better tell these folks that you were lying about us. You better tell these folks that everything we doing is right. Why they starting to saw this brother in half. And he said unto him when he began to saw him in half, and Isaiah was in a vision of Yahweh. So this brother being sawed in half, and the Most High took him into a vision of the heavens, and this brother ain't even feeling. Same way they did Stephen, which they were stoning Stephen. Stephen, man, he looked up and seen a vision of the Most High, man. And he said, man, forgive them, for they know not what they do. When they were throwing bricks at that brother head. Same thing happened to Isaiah. And Isaiah was in a vision of Yahweh, but his eyes were open and he saw them. And Belkirah spoke thus unto Isaiah, say what I say to you, and I will turn and I will turn their heart and make Manasseh and the princes of Judah and the people of all Jerusalem worship you. And Isaiah answered and said, if it is within my power to say, condemn and cursed be you, and all your hosts, and all your house, for there is nothing further that ye can take except the skin of my body. And that's what Yeshua told. That's what Yeshua told. That's right. Tuvaya, power of the Ruach, bro. Yeshua told him, hey, man, fear them not, they can kill the body. But I will forewarn you whom you shall fear. Fear him that after he has killed, had the power to cast you into the lake of fire. And Isaiah said, man, look, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do. See, time would fail us to talk about our elder Eleazar. Time would fail us to talk about our sister and her 7 sons. You understand what I'm saying? Time would fail us to go into the book of Jasher and other books and talk about our father Abraham when he was thrown in the fiery furnace. Time would fail us to talk about the 3 Hebrew boys. Time would fail us to talk about that. Time would fail us to talk about a lot of the prophets and the men of Yah. Malachi got slapped. Hey, Time will fail us to tell you about all these brothers that were dealing with the power of the Ruach HaKodesh, even under duress and affliction of body. See, we just give you a little taste of the babes tonight. Go back and read about these brothers and what they did. For there is nothing further that you can take except the skin of my body. And they seized Isaiah, the son of Amos, and sawed him in half with a wood saw. And Manasseh and Beelzebub and the false prophets and the princes and the people all stood by looking on. And to the prophets who were with him, talking about the prophets that were with Isaiah, said before he was sawn in half, go to the district of Tyre and Sidon, because for me alone, Yahweh has mixed the cup. See, he knew about the cup he had to drink out of. See, the cup of the Lord you shall surely drink. Now, when it's time your turn to drink out the cup for Yah, you gonna turn it down? You gonna take a sip and spit it out? Or you gonna drink of the cup of Yah? Isaiah said, hey man, y'all go on about y'all business, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. He said, because for me alone, Yahweh has mixed the cup. And while Isaiah was being sawed in half, he did not cry out or weep, but by his mouth spoke with the Ruach HaKodesh until he was sawed in two. This brother was still speaking the words of the Most High. God, pray that the Ruach rest upon me in that manner when it's my time. See, this brother went willingly. This brother knew he was going to suffer for the king. He knew he was going to be killed for the king, and he went willingly. And he told his partners, and I'm going to show you, if you keep on reading, it'll tell you all the prophets that were with him. Jeremiah and all of them were with him. He said, man, y'all going on. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. But guess what? They time came too. You hear me? Because we finna read. We still in the pseudo. We still in the pseudo right here. And the name of this book in the pseudo is called The Lives of the Prophets. And I ain't gonna read a lot of it. I just want to hit some high points. Now we just read about Isaiah, right? Now we're gonna read a little bit about Jeremiah. This is the book of the prophets, chapter 2. I mean the lives of the prophets, I'm sorry. The chapter 2. And this is Jeremiah. It says Jeremiah was from Antioch, and he died in Tapnai of Egypt, having been stoned by his people. Yeah, his people. His people stoned Jeremiah. I mean, his own people stoned. I'm going over to chapter 3 in the lives of the prophets. Ezekiel. This man was from the land of Ariah, of the priest, and he died in the land of the Chaldeans during the captivity, after having prophesied many things in Judea. The ruler of the people, Israel, killed him, thereas he was being reproved by him concerning the worship of idols. There go another prophet down. Now let's go read about a couple more. Micah the Mahorathite of the tribe of Ephraim, having done many things to Ahaz, was killed by Joram, his son, at a cliff, because he rebuked him from his impieties of his father. This brother Micah was pushed off a cliff, man. Pushed off a cliff. Let's read about another brother, Amos. This is Isaiah's daddy, man. Amos from Tekoa. And when Amaziah had tortured him sorely, at last his son killed him with a club by striking. This brother was tortured, he hit in the head with a club in his temple for teaching the word of the Most High Yah. And while he was still yet breathing, he went to his own district. And after some days, he died and was buried there. That's just a few of them. But these brothers knew what was waiting on them. Yet they didn't pull up. They didn't stop. They kept going hard in the paint. And that's what we got to do. Let's get back to the first. Now we're gonna go to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians the 4, y'all. 2 Corinthians the 4. 2 Corinthians the 4. And we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna pick it up at verse 8. We're gonna read verses 8 and 10, 8 through 10, I'm sorry. And then we're gonna skip down to 15 and 18. Let's see what Shaul got to say. 2 Corinthians the 4 and verse 8. We'll start at the 8. It says, we are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing in the body the dying of the Master Yeshua, that the life also of Yeshua might be made manifest in our body. For the second time, we're going to skip down to 15. You know what? I'm going to pick up at 13. We have the same spirit of faith, according as it is written. I believe, therefore I have spoken. We also believe, therefore we speak. Same thing the prophets did. Knowing that he which raised up our Master Yeshua raised us up also by Yeshua, and shall present us with you. For all things are for your sakes, that abundant grace might through the thanksgiving may redound or superabound in abundance to the glory of Yah. For which cause we faint not. You don't quit, you don't give up. You may give out and get you catch your breath, but you don't faint. He said, we faint not. But through our outward, though our outward man perish, though you may be killed and slandered for this gospel, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. For our light affliction, see, these ain't never a little pity pat. He said, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. These little things that we going through down here ain't nothing. So I don't know why we complain, because, hey man, you want to be a heavyweight? You want to be a reign and a ruler? You got to go through these afflictions with joy. Verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, don't look at your situation, don't look at your circumstance, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal. Your situations and these little light afflictions, they temporary. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Did you hear that? So why you tripping on what's going on down here? Because it's just temporary. It ain't gonna last forever. It can't rain all of the time. You hear me? So go through your affliction, go through your trial, go through your tribulation, go through your test with joy, knowing that you got a greater weight of eternal glory coming. If you don't murmur, if you don't backbite, if you don't sin with your mouth against the Most High Yah, hey man, you got eternal weight of eternal glory waiting on you. Continue. Luke the 6th. Woo! This is one of my favorites right here. Luke the 6th. Because, hey, some of y'all need to hear this. I know I do. You hear me? Because, hey, a lot of times, you know, and we all that. So, you know, we build bonds and relationships and friendships and, you know, things of that nature. And then when something go left or go right, people go left or go right. And then you looking around, ain't nobody around you. And then we get all sad and humdrum, you know, want to know what happened and why, this, that, and the third. But man, Yeshua said you ought to be happy when this happened. Man, when I read that, that put me in a whole different perspective. Whole different perspective. Luke the 6th. Luke the 6th. We're going to read 3 verses of scripture. We're going to read verses 20 through 23. Look what it says. It says, and he lifted up his eyes on his disciples and said, blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of Yah. And blessed be ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Bless ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. So, hey, you going through your situation, your tribulation, your trial. Hey, he said, man, you're going to be blessed if you hold on to the end. Now, check this out. Verse 22. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you. He said, blessed are ye when men shall hate you. When when they shall separate you from their company. See, when they separate, we're going to kick you out the club. We're going to kick you out the fellowship. We're going to kick you out the assembly. Oh, thank you. I just got blessed. Huh? You just blessed me. You just helped the Most High bless me. Well, we ain't gonna hang around her no more. We can't hang you around. Man, dude tripping, man. He can't be around us no more. He said, I'm gonna read that again. Because I kind of stumbled over there. I want to make that clear. He said, blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you and cast your name as it. Man, teach them over there teaching the Apocrypha. Thank you, brother. Man, they going off the grid. They teaching out all them laws books. Thank you, brother, for that blessing. Thank you for that blessing, bro. Thank you for that blessing, sister. Man, they over there went, thank you, brother. If y'all go over there with them, y'all can't come back here. Thank you for that blessing. All praises to the Most High Yah. That's right there, my real thing. Can you stand to be blessed? See, everybody wants the blessing, but they don't want nothing to go along with the blessing. They don't want the persecution, the ostracized. They don't want nothing. They just want to be blessed. You cannot have the blessing without the persecution. You cannot have the blessing without the suffering. You cannot have the blessing without going through something. And I ain't just talking about monetary or financial blessing. I'm telling you, hey, man, if you want to rise up in this thing that we in, if you want to get to the high things of the Most High Yah, you're going to have to go through something, partner. You're going to have to go through something, sister. Yeah, you're going to be talked about. Yeah, you're going to be ostracized. Yeah, they're going to call you crazy. They're going to call you a Bible thumper, what they call Jesus free. They'll call you all that. Just tell them thank you. That's all you got to do. Because we read books tonight. He said, and shall reproach you and cast your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Listen what it say, 23. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy. You ought to be jumping up and down every time you go through something for the Most High. You ought to be jumping up and down, running down the street like a crazy person when you go through something for the Most High Yah. You shouldn't be murmuring, hey, man, this in red, right? This in blue. See, I told you, the Most High said, your ways are not my ways, and your thoughts are not my thoughts. See, he telling you do exactly the opposite that your fleshly sin nature want to cause you to do. I'm getting depressed. For what? You just got blessed, and you depressed? That rhyme, I ain't mean to rhyme, but what you depressed about? You just got a blessing from the Most High. What is you doing? Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy. Behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did their fathers unto the prophet. Now, we just read about what they did to the prophet. Have any one of y'all been done like that yet? Like they did the prophets? So if you ain't did that, what you crying for? What you complaining for? What you depressed for? Anybody killed you? Anybody sawed you and have no wooden saw? Anybody stoned you, throwed you off no cliff for the gospel's sake? What you complaining for? Continue. Matthew the 5, precept. Matthew the 5. Because you want the blessing, man. Come on now. Everybody, how many want the blessing? Oh, I just want to rise higher in Yah. I want to learn his word, and I just want to do his will. Well, you get ready for the blessing, because the blessing comes persecution. The blessing come with the blessing, ostracized. You hear me? Come with the blessing, people gonna talk about you, man. And the Most High gonna bless you. I mean, gonna test you and see if you worthy of the blessing. You want some money? He gonna see what you gonna do when your bank account get low. Man, we got no money in the bank. And what? All praise to the Most High. Yeah. If he can feed the bird and clothe the lily of the field, what you think he gonna do for you? Huh? Come on now. Matthew the 5, man. Matthew the 5, we're gonna read verses 10 through 12. Matthew the 5 and verse 10, it say, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding. He wants you, man. You ought to be exceeding glad. You ought to be so glad folk think you crazy. He said, rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Man, you ought to be running around like you a crazy man or crazy. Man, I just got blessed. What happened? Man, they talking about me on the what? Huh? Yeah, they just threw me out their synagogue. They just threw me out their church. They just threw me out their assembly. And you glad? Yeah, because all I told them was thus say the Lord. And, man, hey, it's a whole different mode of thinking when it comes to the things of the Most High Yah. Huh? Let's go to the next place. Let's go back to Romans. Romans 8. If anybody know about suffering, Paul know about suffering. Romans 8. Because, hey, man, we ought to have a mindset that nothing can separate us from the love of Yah if we stay within the confines of his word and walking that straight and narrow path. Nothing, man. Nothing gonna be able to separate you. Look at what Paul said. Romans 8. We're gonna read 18 and we're gonna skip down. He said, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of Yah. Now we can't read. Hey, I admonish y'all to go back and read all this, but for the sake of time, we're gonna skip down to verse 35. Verse 35, we're gonna read 35 through 39. Look at what it's saying. Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or the sword? As it is written, for thy sakes we are killed all the day long. We read it in that Psalm 44. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Even in that ain't gonna separate you from Yah if you stay in the faith. It said 37 said, nay, in all things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor death, nor nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yah, which is in Hamashiach Yeshua, our Lord. No thing, nothing, no thing. That's right, Tuvaya. No thing can separate you from the love of Yah. As long as you stay faithful, don't murmur, don't backbite, don't get into your feelings. See, your feelings gonna mess around and get you cut off. Your feelings gonna get you cut off and killed. See, we easy get in our feelings, man. Easy. So we get thrown off. Man, we get thrown off our square so easy. About a little stupid stuff, we get thrown off our square. Somebody don't speak to us, we throwed off. Somebody don't say something to us, we throwed off. Man, we in the perilous times, man. Y'all worry about the pity pats. And your main goal should be trying to get into the kingdom. If the prophets of Yeshua was thinking about pity pats, if they were thinking about money, if they were thinking about who liked them, if they thinking about who they were going to throw me out this assembly of this church, where would we be? Y'all worried about pity pat and all this stuff. This prophecy is unfolding before our eyes on a day-to-day basis. And we worried about pity pats. Come on, man. All kind of wars and rumors of war, natural disasters, and prophecy unfolding over in our holy land, getting ready to try to build a temple, doing sacrifice. And man, they threw me out. Man, who cares? Who cares, man? For real. What you tripping on? Why are you tripping on? Continue. First Peter. We got a few more out of this, y'all. We got about 5 more and we out of here. First Peter. First Peter, the 1. First Peter, the 1. First Peter 1. Hey, man. And that's just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to catch myself a lot on stuff I be tripping on. I had to catch myself a lot on stuff I be tripping on. They're like, okay, what does this fit? Or what in the big picture, what does this fit in the kingdom business? You hear me? And a lot of times, like, it don't. So I had to just push it out of my mind. I had to catch myself all the time. And that's what we got to do. We got to police ourselves. We got to examine ourselves all the time. First Peter 1. All right? Yeah, First Peter 1. We're going to read verses 3 through 8, brothers and sisters. First Peter 1, verse 3, and I read. Blessed be the power and Father of our Master Yeshua HaMashiach, which according to his abundant mercy has begotten us again unto a lively hope. A lively hope. We ain't got it yet. By the resurrection of Yeshua HaMashiach from the dead, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of Yah through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time, wherein ye greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye are in heaviness through manifold many temptations, for the trial or the testing of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perishes though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Hamashiach. See, you want to go do something and you laugh that thing out. Hey, man, you're going to get that hope. You're going to get that glory. But you're going to have to go through the fire, man. You're going to have to go through the trial. You're going to have to go through the test. You're going to have to endure to the end. verse 8. Whom having not seen, ye love. You ain't seen Christ yet, but you love him. In whom though now ye see him not, though you see him not, yet believe, and ye rejoice with unspeakable joy and full of glory. I'm going to read verse 9. Receiving the end. See, this is the end of your faith. You hold on. Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your soul. See, that's the end that will be all right there. That's what we're fighting for. You heard? James the 1. Flip over. Flip back to James. James the 1. And we're going to pick it up. We're going to pick it up in verse 2. We're going to read 2 through 9. Then we're going to skip down and read 12. James the 1. Verse 2, and I read. My brother, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of Yah, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith. Let him ask in faith, not wavering. See that old back and forth teeter-totter. He Most High don't play that. But let him ask in faith, not wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of Yah. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let the brother of low degree rejoice. Let the brother of low degree, when you in your trouble, when you in your trial, when you in your persecution, rejoice. Find joy. He said, let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. Verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, when he is tested, when he is proven, he shall receive the crown of life, which the master has promised to them that love him. Woo! Powerful word. Philippians, we're rolling right through here. Philippians, the 2. Flip back. Philippians, the 2. Here. Philippians, the 2. Then we're going to read 14 through 18. Because see, we ain't in a time yet. But someone's going to give up the body like some of these prophets did. We read on this through the figure. Some of us want to sacrifice our bodies. See, some of us going to get marched up them steps, them 13 steps to that guillotine. Some of us going to be beheaded for the witness of Christ. It's in the scripture. Some of us going to be burned, killed, tortured, thrown in jail for the witness of Yeshua HaMashiach. But count it all joy when you fall into these various trials and temptations. Philippians, the 2. Yeah, Philippians, the 2. And we're going to read verses 14 through 18. 14 through 18. Look at what it says. He said, do all things, not some things, not a few things. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless. If you blameless, that means you're going to make it in. And harmless, the sons of Yah, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the word. You got to be a light for the kingdom, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in that day of Yeshua HaMashiach, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yeah. If I be offered upon the sacrifice of serving your faith, I joy. Paul said, yea, if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with you all. For the same cause also do ye joy and rejoice with me. Paul said, hey man, if I got to lay it down for y'all, I lay it down, and I'll gladly lay it down. That's Paul. He said, if I got to lay it down, hey, let's go. Let's get it. What you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Next place. Psalms 28. We're moving right through. Go to the book of Psalms. Psalms 28. And we're going to read verses 1, and then we're going to skip down and read verses 6 through 7, because a lot of time when we find ourselves in these situations, the best thing we can do is cry out to our God, cry out to our power, cry out until the creator and possessor of all things, and he will hear us. Psalms 28. We're going to read verse 1, then we're going to skip down. Unto thee will I cry, O Master, my rock. Be not silent to me. Lest if thou be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit. We're going to skip down and read 6 and 7. Blessed be the power, because he has heard the voice of my supplications. The Elohim is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoices, and with my song I will praise him. See, we got to cry out to our God when these things come upon us, and we need a little strength to get through. Don't be ashamed to cry out to your power. He'll hear you. Hey, a lot of times he won't take that thing off you right then, but he'll give you the strength and the power to go through and endure. Next place. We got one more after this. 2 Timothy 2. 2 Timothy, let's go back to the new book. 2 Timothy 2. All right. We're going to read verses 1 through 3. Then we're going to skip down and read verses 7 through 13. 2 Timothy 2. We're going to read verses 1 through 3, and I'll read. Thou, therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Hamashiach Yeshua, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yeshua Hamashiach. You got to endure hard. This ain't for the weak need or the faint of heart. You're going to have to endure hardness as a good soldier. A good soldier, when he get the order to go out in the middle of the desert, in the middle of the jungle to do warfare, he don't complain. He say, yes, sir. Endure hardness as a good soldier. And if a man also strive for masteries, yet is not he crowned, except he strive lawfully. The husbandman that labor, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Skip down to verse 7, I'm sorry. Consider what I say, and the Lord will give thee understanding in all things. Remember that Yeshua HaMashiach of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds. Paul was locked up because of the gospel. But the word of Yahweh is not bound. See, one thing I learned about this thing, out of all the years before and after Yeshua ascended back to heaven, there's been a lot of doctrines that came and went. But this still the number one seller. His name still ringing bells centuries after he ascended back. See, the word of God, they can lock you up. They can talk about you. They can disperse you, despise you. But the word of God, the word of Yah, is not bound. It's going to keep doing what it's supposed to do. Hey, his word won't return to him in vain. He said the word of Yah is not bound. Therefore, I endure all things. Therefore, I endure all things for the elect saints, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Hamashiach Yahushua with eternal glory. It is a faithful saying, for if we be dead with him, we shall also live with him. If we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he will also deny us. If we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, he cannot deny himself. So you can deny him by murmuring and complaining because you don't trust in him. You don't believe what he said about being joyful, about sacrificing your life for him. So you ain't got to say, I don't believe in Christ, I don't believe in Yeshua. You deny him by your works, by your mouth, by your word. See, that's why I say you have to be careful about this little thing up under your nose. You can deny Hamashiach by the things you say and the things you do. When you go into your trial, you murmur and complain and woe is me, I'm sick of it, I'm tired. You denying the faith. That means you deny Yeshua. Gotta be careful. Last place. Let's go to Luke. Go to the book of Luke. And go to chapter 21. Luke, the 21. And we're going to pick it up at verse 10. We're going to read 10 through 19. Luke, the 21. We're going to read 10 through 19. Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines and pestilence, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. You're going to be in good company. You heard me when this stuff happening to you. When they talking about you, when they try to kill you, put you in prison, cast you out of their assembly, he said, man, it shall be for you a testimony. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. 14. Settle it therefore in your hearts, in your mind, not to meditate before what ye shall ask. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. See, they couldn't resist when Stephen was talking to him, so they had bum rushed the brother, because they couldn't resist nothing he was saying. And ye shall be betrayed. Now listen to this, verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. My mama gonna call me to be put. That's what the book said. My best friend. Hey, ain't that what prophesied about Judas? He said, my own familiar friend did this to me. Didn't he call him friend when he came and kissed him? See, he said, your parents gonna call you, your friends, your kid, cousin, that favorite cousin y'all kicking, he gonna tell on you. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they call to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair on your head perish. So a lot of people, well, he said we're gonna be killed, so not a hair on our head gonna perish. No, because he's gonna raise you up to eternal life. So You maybe go to sleep for a little while, but he said, not a hair on your head gonna perish. Continue. Verse 19. In your patience, possess ye your souls. Brothers and sisters, like I said before, we got to be patient. It's going to create different experiences for us. It's going to create different beliefs for us. And we're going to get stronger in this book. We're going to get stronger in our walk, stronger in our word. And we're going to be able to find joy and be content in the struggle. All praise, honor, and great glory is unto our Elohim, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzchak, and the Elohim of Jacob. This your boy T Boogie. Hey, we're going to be at the class tomorrow. Come out and join us at the library in South Haven. I think it's R.W. Davis. Hey, one of the brews, one of the she brews, put the address in the description box on Facebook and on YouTube. You know, your brew getting up there in the years, so I can't remember the address right off the top of my head. But one of y'all put the address to where we're going to be fellowshipping tomorrow in the description box. Atonement's coming up. You understand what I'm saying? Get ready for the atonement. Hey, this is a time of introspection and retrospection, coming before you, afflicting your soul before the Most High. No eating, no drinking, no left-handers, no front-handers. Hey, man, we're going to pray and afflict our souls before the Most High Yah for the atonement of which the Lamb of Yah, our uncrowned King, did for us to get us back into fellowship with the Father. Once again, all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yah. To our brothers and sisters in the faith, as always, we salute y'all. We praying for y'all. Like us, subscribe to us, and share it. Do what you got to do to get the word out. We love y'all. We going to holler at y'all one more game.